Hi there, my name is Seal Bacon, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I would say one of the core missions of this channel, is trying to get down to the real core, the real essence of what this bizarre cultural conflict we have. And I'll go more than that. I want to try and understand the other side. I really want to, but the trouble is, the more I understand them, the more I see just how terrible they are. You know, their terrible behavior on Twitter, their terrible behavior in general, is enough to demonstrate how intensely terrible they are. So yeah, there's an article came out. It was on CBR.com, the execrable CBR.com, and then they deleted it because it was so embarrassing. It was talking about how terrible Captain America is because he's a toxic male. And how bad toxic male. And this came out on Memorial Day, so they were smart enough to delete the article. Okay, that much. I salute you for that. Well done, smart. And when you read it, you're going to see why they deleted the article. But you know, when you're also there, you're going to go, why did they publish it? So I was clever. I was able to find the article online. I found it in different bits. I had to go to I found a couple of screen grabs online. Then eventually I went to Nerdrotic's podcast, who read it out before it was taken down. He was like one of the first people to read it, and I just took screen grabs of it and just cut and paste it into graphics. So we have the whole thing now for us to read. Before we get to it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the subscribe button? Thank you very much. I'm heading towards 1,000 subscribers. If you can help me get there, that is fantastic. If you like what I do here on YouTube, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. That is just wonderful. I very, very much appreciate it. Also, join me on my live streams. I've got live streams going on normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. This week it's well, it's probably last week by the time you watch, when this goes out. If this is probably going out on Friday, when it's a Jewish holiday. So anything going to happen in the world right now, and I'm offline, I have no idea. So yeah, you're in a different reality to me. That's really kind of cool. Fine. So yes, like, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can enter to win any of our fantastic prizes. We do basically weekly prizes. This one is going to be running for 2 weeks. We're giving away not this Sunday, next Sunday. It's the Matrix Ultimate Collection. Fantastic. I love the packaging. Look at this packaging. Freaking gorgeous. So all three Matrix movies. I kind of like the sequels. The Animatrix and tons of making of stuff. I also have stuff making about the game. So all you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, and then in the comments leave the hashtag #ThereIsNoSpoon. There is no spoon because there is no spoon. And also in the video notes, all the instructions in the video notes, go and there's also a sci-fi audio story, really kind of good, creepy sci-fi audio story you can download called Sapphire and Still, The Passenger. Let me know if you like it in the chat. Fine. Well, not in the chat, in the comments. Let's read this article. Look at me. I went to so much work to get this piece together, you guys. I was reading it last night on a live stream, and I was like, no. Firstly, I was running out of steam by the time I was reading it, but then this is something we need to go in detail because it's so indicative. It gives you so much information on what's gone wrong with, I would say, 2 or 3 generations of humanity. Fine, let's read it. So, Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming Captain America. He was selfish. So this is, again, by Caleb McCart. Caleb McCart, obviously, has been raised terribly. Has raised terribly in a terrible generation. While he's Marvel's golden boy, Steve Rogers deciding to be Captain America was based on his own selfish desires. And he makes me feel bad. It's the same thing. No, I'm going to preview the article. It's actually saying, I don't like it that somebody's Captain America and I'm not. I want a participation trophy. He shouldn't make me feel bad. He makes me feel bad. He's a bad boy. Not a good boy. Everybody should be the same. Nobody should be. Okay, you know what? Why don't you just read the article rather than telling you? Fine. Captain America is one of the most important characters in Marvel history. Okay. By the way, I'm not a huge Marvel fan. You should know, I'm not a Marvel comics. I got into the Miles Morales Spider-Man, which I know is sacrilege for Marvel fans out there, but I quite liked it. And I got into Marvel basically via the cinematic universe, and I think that first Captain America was just a great. I think basically everything up until I don't know Ant-Man and Wasp was pretty good, but that first Captain America movie really good. Right. So Captain America is one of the most important characters in Marvel history, and without him, many of the great stories of the Marvel universe would not happen or would not be the same. That is correct. He is central to the entire framework of Marvel storytelling, and Captain America is emblematic of justice, honesty, and perseverance. Or shall we say the American way? Yeah, perseverance, justice, honesty, perseverance, making him the ultimate culmination of the American ideal. Exactly. However, the decision for Steve Rogers to become Captain America is inherently selfish, says the person who has no idea what heroism is. And that's the problem. He has no idea what heroism is. And let's just read. Let's read forward before we start tearing it apart. Steve was rejected from military service due to his small stature and health issues. Yes, but then he was brought in by Tommy Lee Jones, because Tommy Lee Jones could sense his general could sense the innate bravery in Steve Rogers. I just love that. I love that in a movie, that he started off, he was a small wimpy kid, and he was still as brave. That's what makes the Marvel Cinematic Universe so great. The characters are human, real characters, but they were brave. They were heroes without their powers, and it just so happened they got their powers that imbued their heroism rather than created their heroism. That's why he was brought into the super soldier program. But then his life challenges when he was invited to join the super soldier program, which is how he became Captain America. Yeah, do you remember how he was invited? As I recall, they chucked a grenade and he jumped on it, not knowing it was a fake grenade or a dud. He was ready to sacrifice himself on a dime to save his friends, to save not even friends, save other people. And you know why? Because it's right, because it's good, because it's decent, because that's what you should be. Should be pushing yourself to be more you can be, rather than however, when removing the context, which is what you did, you remove the context of his heroism because it makes you feel bad. Remove the context, moving context of what he would become. The decision is selfish. Rather than contribute in the ways best suited to him, Steve chose to undergo experimental treatments because he was brave. Experimental treatments that could have killed him because he was brave. Because he was a hero to artificially enhance himself and save the world. And then once he had these incredible powers, he did what he was content to be a marketing, a propaganda tool, and even though he hated it, he did it because that was his duty. That's what the country needed of him. That's what because he was a hero. He didn't choose. And again, Tommy Lee Jones chose him because he saw his heroism. Steve's choice to become Captain America is rooted in the fetishization of hyper-masculinity rather than innate desire to do good for his country. No. Okay, fetishization of hyper-masculinity. We what? Respecting somebody for pushing themselves beyond their limits. Respecting somebody to keep going no matter what. Respecting somebody for being a hero. Yeah, that is what makes America great. And the reason America, I would say the election happened was because people like you were saying that greatness wasn't greatness. It's happening all across culture. It makes me crazy that Winston Churchill is being portrayed as a villain by these type of idiots, these types of evil people. He's one of the greatest people in the history. Saved the world. Not many people can say they actually saved the world. Winston Churchill saved the world. And he's a bit problematic. I don't know. God, I hate these people. This bold claim against America's Golden Boy. Yet context matters, which you've ignored all of it. Steve is initially somebody unfit to serve in the front lines. It's tough and hurtful, but it's the reality of the situation. Yeah, exactly. And again, never give in to the reality of the situation. Always push yourself to be more, because you're always going to be small. You're always going to be mediocre. You're never going to be a hero if you're content with yourself. I understand. Accept your limitations. Accept where life is. That's very good advice. However, don't be upset that life doesn't give you what you want, or you don't get the results what you want. But never accept yourself. always be pushing to be better. Oh, I mean, and you know what? That's not BS. That's a good way to live life. You know, it's the Jewish New Year is in September, right around September, September October times if it moves around a bit. But the month before it's called the month of Elul, and it's like you do a lot of introspection and you try and work out what direction you want to go in the year, how you want to be a better. And yeah, it is said, yeah, a good way to a metric to see how you are in life is if you look back at yourself from one Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, to the previous one, and you look back at yourself a year ago, just 1 year ago, and you go, oh my God, I can't believe that's the human I was. I can't believe I would do those things. You know, because you changed so much, you pushed yourself so much. Then you've had a great year. Then you had a great year. You know, again, don't be content. This is what this guy is saying. Don't push. Don't be content. Don't work. And you know why he's saying this? Because he's never had to push. He's never had to work. He, I guarantee you, was brought up in an age of participation trophies. He was crippled. He was handicapped. He wasn't able to learn how to deal with failure, how to learn how to things not going your way, and he hates it. And that's really why we've said this insanely bad behavior. The reality is here. If his concerns are truly how to best serve his country, he would accept this situation in life and make the most. No. Again, you don't understand what being a hero is. And this went out on Memorial Day, when genuine heroes, you know, to be in the army. People rank being in the army. Being in the army isn't easy and isn't fun, and takes real dedication and real work and real sacrifice, real things that this guy has never done in his life. I guarantee you, and he couldn't. You know, conscription would be the best thing for this guy. I bet if he was in the army, if he was conscripted to the army and was there for 2 years, he would have a lot more respect for Steve Rogers. I guarantee, he'll be so ashamed of this. He could have trained to become a merchant marine. There's lots of things he could have done, but try and be more. And he was given the opportunity because of his incredible heroism. Or stay home. Yeah, the things you love doing. Stay home. That's why the comic books these people write are so boring. It's like somebody has superpowers, they're going to stay home and they're going to eat romaine noodles. That's an average episode of the Wasp. Issue of the Wasp. And help with the production of wartime materials. All these could contribute to the war, like Steve supposedly wants to. But no, he just wants self-aggrandization. No! That's what you don't understand. He wants self-improvement. Not self-improvement. He's not doing this to show off. He's doing this for him. He's doing this to make himself into a better human being. This is what life is for. This is what life is about. And you don't get it. You so don't get it, which is why you're such a shitty human being. Caleb Clark. Oh my God, what an embarrassment you are. The guy who wrote this. All of these could contribute to the war. Like Steve totally wants to, but this isn't good enough. Steve, in his eyes, has to be on the front. No, he eschewed that. He said that I'm not going to go on the front lines. I'm going to go right there. And again, it was he longed for it. He longed for it. He longed to give his every part of his essence for his country, to do his duty. He longed to do it. Yeah, and that's one of the reason he was chosen for the program, because he's a hero. It is understandable for a young man to want to prove himself to his peers. No, proving himself to himself and country. Yet, even if deep down his intentions are altruistic, the steps he takes to pursue these instincts are selfish. It's toxic masculinity, and it's horrible, and it makes me sad, and because I'm not very good at being a male. In Steve's mind, there's only one way to contribute. No, he wants to do it the best way. He wants to put his whole body into it. And that just happens to be the way he wants to contribute. Yes, he can. You want to contribute. Altruism's ugly side. I can't believe that's even a headline. Oh! Captain America is known for his altruism and his willingness to sacrifice everything for what he believes to be right. Okay, we agree there. Yet, there is something selfish within that, because Cap's altruism is in what he believes and nothing else. Yeah, unlike you. I mean, no, I actually, you know what? I think Cap, especially again, going on the portrayal in the movies, is self-questioning and has self-doubt, Which again, idiots like these blue check marks, the Twitterati, they have no self-doubt. They have no self-questioning. And you're just projecting, mate. That's what's going on. Cap's Ultra is what do we know? Cap will fight against anything against anyone who opposes his worldview, including his friends. Just look at the catastrophic violence that breaks out in Civil War comic art or movie, as well as the accompanying film. These events happen because Cap is uncompromising and nothing will shake his world. But yeah, well, no, exactly. He's a hero. It's called having strength. Strength. Something that you don't have because you never build it up. Having strength to say, I will do this even though I don't want to do it. And that's like it's so missing from this guy. Having the strength to do something that you don't want to do. He didn't want to fight his friends. He didn't want to do it, but he did it anyway because he's a hero and he has strength. Everything you are showing yourself to be the negative of this. You are a villain. You're not even a villain. Villains are at least driven. You're more pathetic. You're more a pathetic, useless waste of skin. That's who you are. The requirement that they stand up and fight for what we believe in, no matter what the odds, all the consequences. Cap says in the Amazing Spider-Man Civil War by J. Michael Straczynski, out by Wrong. Yeah, what great. Yes, right is right, wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter if you're not going to win the fight. It doesn't matter if it's impossible to win the fight. One of my favorite parts of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the absolute favorite parts, is that first Avengers movie, right? When they the first wave of whatever those aliens are called, right? And they managed to be on. It's taken like 45 minutes, an incredible battle. Then another bigger wave comes by, and it's impossible. Another bigger, and what they do? That's that great scene you have in the trailer where they all line up. They just go, I'm gonna keep going. I don't care. I am gonna keep going. Again, one of the greatest cinematic expressions of heroism, I think, is Saving Private Ryan, which is replete with cinematic expressions of heroism, or as this idiot would call it, toxic masculinity. Which was Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was mortally wounded at the end. Spoiler for Saving Private Ryan. Mortally wounded at the end, and he's lying on the ground, right? And he takes out his gun as a tank comes towards him, and he fires at the tank, knowing it's useless, knowing it's pointless, knowing that there's no way a revolver can stop a tank. It's absolutely pointless. But he does it anyway, because that's what he is supposed to do. That is what his duty is. That is what a hero does. And he does it, and with his dying breath, his last thing he sees is a miracle. The last thing he sees is a miracle as the tank explodes. And it's like, it's just the most incredible piece of storytelling. As a tank buster plane flies overhead. And that, I'm telling you, as a religious guy who I believe I've seen miracles, that's how miracles happen. That's when miracles happen. When you don't compromise. When you don't stop. And we've all known that. We've all experienced that in our lives. When they say there is no failure, there is no stop. I will do this or I will die. That is heroism. That is what this guy is totally lacking. When the mob and the press and the whole world tells you to move your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river and tell the whole world no, you won't. Exactly. Again, strength. That's what this is. Pure strength. This quote would also be adapted in the movie with Sharon Carter saying it. Who's Sharon Carter? Adrian Carter. Thank you. And inspiring Cap to stand his ground in regards to Sokovia. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, it was great. The quote also highlights the tendency, Cap's tendency to respond to things with violence. No. But sometimes you need to use force. It's always better not to use force, but sometimes you need to. Listen, there's a lot said about disproportionate the Israel-Palestine conflict and the disproportionate response Israel has to Palestinian attacks. Now, this is partly disingenuous because they just don't like Jews. So left-wing people, socialist people, that's where anti-Semitism lives now. They're speaking as a Jew who knows a lot about anti-Semitism, who's experienced anti-Semitism. That's where I see it, living in the left. So that's the first part. But we may after the World War II, after the Holocaust, an expression became commonplace in the Jewish, I think, in the world. Say never again, never again. And people don't really think what that means. So this is what it means. It means we're never again going to allow you to murder us. We're not. Well, at least we're not going to do it easily. We're not going to go down easily. We're never going to do it. We would like to do that peacefully. We would love to get that goal peacefully. We would like to get that goal with there being no violence whatsoever. We would love that. But if that means one of you's got to die to stop you murdering one of me, that's what's going to happen. If it means 10 of you have to die to stop you murdering one of me, then that's what's going to happen. If it means 100 of you are going to have to die. It means 1,000. If it means 1,000,000, it doesn't matter how much. Never again means never again. We're never, ever, ever again going to allow you to murder us. And we would much rather do that without force. We would much rather do that peacefully. But if you want to try and murder us, which Hamas does want to do, they want to kill me because I'm a Jew, then we have to use force to stop them, or they will murder us. Sometimes you have to use force, and there's terror of using violence. There's terror of using of fighting because you're a coward, because you're spineless, because you're useless. This is what's destroying the world. This is what's destroying you. These people who think this way. These aggressive impulses are hidden beneath a veneer of tough American grit and freedom fight. Yeah, things you don't understand. You don't understand grit. You don't understand sacrifice. Oh, this may seem like a condemnation, but it's not. It's a condemnation of you. It's a condemnation of you, Caleb. That's who it is. After all, not everything Cap does is selfish. Not everything Cap does is selfish. And not everything selfish he does is bad. If Cap had intended and entered the Super Soldier program, if Cap hadn't entered the Super Soldier program, there would be no one to defeat the Red Skull. Yeah, well done, genius. You finally worked that out. So if he just stayed home packing pilchards, as I'm sure you wanted him to do, then he would have destroyed the world, and the Red Skull would have taken the world. His unwavering commitment to freedom and privacy is also uncovers Hydra's plot to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. in Captain America Winter Soldier. Great movie. Really good movie. Avengers Endgame. And that's when it started to go downhill. I stayed in the MCU until the last one. Endgame. When Spider-Man, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Okay, I'm out. I have no interest anymore. In Spider-Man Endgame, it's also his instinct for aggression and a desire for revenge. No, not revenge. That leads the remaining Avengers to hunt down Thanos and ultimately kill. It's not revenge. It's justice. Justice, right and wrong. Oh, you idiot! God, your mother must have been a moron. Your mother must have been a moron. You see, that's how much of a disgrace you are. I'm sitting here making a video talking about you, and I just think your mother and your father, in an unlikely case scenario, they knew each other. They lived together. Your mother must have been a moron. I'm sorry. No one would argue that the outcome is Thanos. No one would argue the outcome is bad. That's what you're just arguing. However, the underlying motive behind them isn't as black and white as it seems. No, it is black and white. It's simply it is black and white. It's justice, right and wrong. Psychoanalyzing a comic book character may seem trite. Well, that's when you do it, mate. But there are good reasons to do so. For one, it makes Captain America more human. No, this is why comic books are lasted 4 days in the pandemic, because they made comic books for your people, for you people like you. This type of person who didn't want to see Tuskegee masculinity, didn't want to see violence and aggression, because they're bad things. So yeah, you basically made this pussy Captain America who was I don't know. I don't follow it. Like I didn't say he was Agent Hydra for a while. So whatever, whatever. And then nobody bought it. Because thankfully, even though you keep screaming, you're the future. We got to listen to you. You're not. You're not. You're a teeny tiny minority. Twitter isn't real. That's just what it is. For one, it makes it. He's a fictional character, but he's also an important icon for many people. He's a golden standard for many fans to live up to. Humanizing him may take his veneer away. Now, again, that's what made him such an incredible, because he was human. He had failings. He had wants, but he put them aside. That was really the big criticism about how they finished his story arc. He essentially gave up on his heroism to live with Peggy. for his life. And I mean, it was nice. It was nice seeing him get his reward. It just seemed out of character for him. You know, that's for me. That's what it was. It makes his character actors more constant and more real. No, he was pretty real before him. It also helps readers and moviegoers understand Steve Rogers, the ins and out Captain America uniform. As a character, it's easy to write him off as an archetype of American machismo. No, again, he is America. He is the thing that makes America great. He is that American courage. He is that American way, that truth, justice, honor. That which didn't exist before America on a global level, on a certainly not as a world power, not as a nation. It's one I would say America. Look, America for all its faults is probably the one of the most progressive and egalitarian world empires that the humanity has ever seen. But fans try to understand this, make choices. He becomes that one. Yeah, if fans would just understand that toxic masculinity is toxic, they wouldn't be toxic anymore, and we could all live a nice world where we all do what we're told, and nobody tries to be better than they are, and we don't feel bad that some people are better than others. We don't like people being better. Because I'm not better. I want my participation trophy. Being a hero isn't a black and white issue. No, it takes courage and determination and fortitude. And seeing Cap overcome selfish impulses, which he does all the time for the greater good, is far more which you didn't understand because you're an idiot. Is far more rewarding than watching him as a do-gooder all the time. Being a do-gooder all the time is about overcoming your selfish impulses. That's the bottom line, mate. So again, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with culture. I'm amazed they had the good sense to delete this article. But I'm very glad that I managed to catch it before it vanished forever. My name is Phila Becker, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.